As we begin to approach the end of the year, it is important for us to recap on the strange and mysterious occurrences that have happened this year alone to help us better understand the state of our world and where we seem to be going. So today, we are covering 6 mysterious and strange things that have happened this year. The end of the Korean War. Beginning in 1950, after the rise of tensions between communist parties and the United States' involvement of several regions located in Korea, the Korean War began and never reached an end, despite many claiming the war to have ended less than a decade later. This was due to a long-held ceasefire after the formation of the North and South Korean territories that separated the newly formed countries at the 38th parallel. This long-held ceasefire had only led to even more heightened tensions between North Korea and the US that over the past few years has further developed into a potential nuclear war between the two countries. North Korean dictator Kim Jong-un and high officials within the North Korean military would release official statements and documents of the country spending a vast amount of resources into the creation of intercontinental ballistic missiles with the ability to deliver a nuclear payload across the Pacific Ocean and strike the west coast of the United States. Calling the supposed bluff, the United States President Donald Trump sent a barrage of tweets at the North Korean dictator threatening to send fire and fury at the country if any further threats had been made. What is interesting to note is that shortly after this event, the Hawaiian nuclear missile warning system would send the American people a text message across the emergency messaging system warning inhabitants of the island to seek immediate shelter and that the incoming strike was not a drill. This event was later dispelled as being a supposed error within the system and in fact not a real missile alert, but further evidence of this claim is unknown and no proof had been given relative to the errors made on the part of the nuclear missile warning system. Shortly after this incident, however, peace talks were established between North and South Korea, and the signing of a peace treaty soon began, with the opposing countries coming to terms and slowly beginning to work together in the efforts to create lasting peaceful negotiations and reduce the tensions established since the 1950s. The strange timing of the Hawaiian incident and the peace signing has led many conspiracy theorists to believe that a massive cover-up had taken place, and the cause of the peace talks was due to the North Korean success of launching a nuclear missile that had been intercepted by the United States military. Physicists model electrons in unprecedented detail. Early in 2018, physicists worked to conduct highly sensitive experiments relative to subatomic particles to help better understand the model of the electron and further information relative to its design. Standard models of the electron had always existed, which believed the particle to be round in nature. This was widely debated, however, as the size of the electron and its standard model failed to help explain other phenomena existing within the realms of physics and quantum physics that many other models could work to help explain. In an effort to settle this debate and to help us better understand the nature of these subatomic particles, research scientists began using new state-of-the-art powerful lasers to reveal the shape of the electron. By firing these powerful lasers and lighting up surrounding molecules, the research scientists were able to interpret and better understand how other subatomic particles alter the distribution of the electron's charge. This experiment revealed to the research scientists the fact that the surrounding particles do not appear to be large enough to skew electrons into oblong or pear-shaped particles, which helped to prove that electrons fit the standard model of theory and are indeed symmetrically spherical. This leads to many new issues, however, and was regarded by physicists as equally puzzling. Not only did this discovery overturn other possible alternative theories and explanations, but leaves many blanks as to the reasonings of other strange phenomenon that the standard model cannot explain. This has also led many research scientists to realize that the expectations of new subatomic particles to be inconclusive or non-existent entirely, leading to additional information in the search for exotic material such as dark matter, which also cannot be observed directly like subatomic particles. The discovery of materials 10 million times stronger than steel. A neutron star forms after a massive star becomes so large due to a supernova explosion that the gravitational forces that once held the star together caused by its mass soon cause the star to implode to form a densely compacted neutron star. If the mass is not enough to cause the entity to form into a black hole, a theoretical singularity, the star will stay as an imploded neutron star. Researchers from the United States and Canada performed advanced simulations regarding the formation of these neutron stars earlier this year and plan on publishing their findings in the journal Physical Review Letters that outline the possible formation of stringy, dense materials that could be 10 million times stronger than steel. Though there are no practical applications of the materials due to even a sugar cube of the material weighing the equivalent of Mount Everest, the material being referred to as nuclear pasta led to deeper implications and understanding as to the formation of the densely compacted stars and other potential materials that can be inspired from the layering design and stringy nature of the neutronian material. Atoms binding to nothing. The ability to bind two distinct atoms helped to create new chemical bonds, which could lead to many new discoveries in the field of science and industry for uses in alloys, chemical processes, and other new materials that could help to solve many new and arising problems in the world that we face today. This is the main reason as to why in early 2018, the recent discovery that involves tricking atoms into binding with nothing helps to potentially create a whole new field of science. Originally referred to as the creation of the Rydberg atom, when an electron begins to move far away from its host atom, it will bind to another atom and create a new chemical process. However, research scientists have found a way of utilizing microwaves, laser technology, and other forms of deliverance of energy to move the electron away from the atom artificially, which helps to create a Rydberg atom that binds to nothing. When the experiment had been performed, the newly created artificial Rydberg atom still behaved as if it was bonded with another atom that didn't exist, that scientists now refer to as a ghost atom. Even more interestingly, the new created Rydberg atom still displayed new chemical processes as if the binding had actually occurred, which has baffled research scientists and challenged our modern understanding of both matter, bonding, and chemical processes that exist today, almost as if matter doesn't actually exist and our universe is far more strange than we ever previously understood. This new insight has been leading research scientists to believe that the new artificial Rydbergs could be used to create whole new chemical processes that could lead to further discoveries in the world of alloys, materials, and complex molecules. The formation of the artificial Rydbergs only lasted for approximately 200 microseconds. However, given new advancements in the field, many research scientists believe this time can be adjusted and further efforts could be made by using other sources of energy and different angles and methods of the ghost binding. Ghost particles. After the discovery of what many scientists refer to as ghost particles, particles that have the ability to pass through the entire Earth with no interaction whatsoever, known as neutrinos, researchers have been racing to build a new kind of measuring device that is capable of detecting and better understanding these ghost particles. Towards the end of 2018, this has been accomplished, and a remarkable breakthrough has been put forward by the world's best physicists. After constructing the prototype Dune detector that is roughly the same size of a 3-story building, scientists will fire up a powerful particle accelerator and send an intense beam of these subatomic particles directly at the Earth in the hopes that it will pass completely through our entire planet over 800 miles of distance and into the next lab on the other side of the planet to be measured, studied, and better understood. The finished construction in 2018 has already led to promising results and leading many to believe that perhaps scientists are on the fringe of being able to better understand questions that many philosophers have pondered over for eons, such as how did our universe form and why is there something instead of nothing? What is even more interesting in this finding is the new world of physics that could be opening up to us, and the universe we inhabit, as these strange particles could explain an almost paranormal, vast, spiritual-like world that exists between us with very little to no interaction at all. Sonic attacks in China. Strangely enough, it has been reported that a sonic attack had occurred to United States government workers in China. The symptoms were described as a strange assortment of fatigue, insomnia, and cognitive issues caused by subtle and vague but extremely abnormal sensations of sound and pressure. Many of those affected by these sonic attacks began being removed by health officials after discovering a disturbing amount of brain injuries among them. What adds to these mysterious occurrences is the fact that this is the second attack that has happened, as a similar incident had occurred to United States government workers in Cuba back in 2017 that targeted United States consulate workers. These specific attacks were later confirmed by the Secretary of State, Mike Pompeo, who believes these attacks to be both clear and obvious in nature, leading many to believe that a new form of sonic weapons capable of resonating at specific frequencies that can cause brain damage exist and are already being used. Given these discoveries and findings have only come to surface in 2018, this could mean a wide array of newer discoveries and fringe topics being explored in more mainstream scientific endeavours. Could it be that we are slowly beginning to understand the paranormal and supernatural? Let us know what you think, and be sure to share your questions and answers down in the comments section below. Stick around and join the conversation to help us grow our community and solve these unexplained mysteries. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe for more videos.